Hello students, I am Sunil Ranjan and I am an English teacher. Well, here I am with the summary of the story of my life from chapter 17 to chapter 20. Here I begin. In October 1894, Helen went to Wright Mason School for the Deaf in New York City. Miss Sullivan accompanied her and attended the school as an interpreter. Helen studied arithmetic, physical geography, French, and German there. The school was considered to be the best one for development of speech and lip reading skills. Her teachers were disappointed at her lip reading skills. Helen did not like math. In spite of the setbacks, she liked geography and languages. She had fond memories of her stay in New York. The only thing she liked about New York was Central Park. As she loved nature, having daily walks in Central Park used to be a pleasant experience for her during her stay in New York. In 1896, Helen went to Cambridge School for young ladies to be prepared to get into Radcliffe College. It was her first experience of attending classes with girls who could hear and see. At Cambridge School too, Miss Sullivan was attending her classes with her, and she was acting there as her interpreter. The teachers had never taught someone like Helen. The subjects that Helen learned in the first year were English, history, English literature, German, Latin, arithmetic, Latin composition, and occasional themes. Miss Sullivan spelt into her hands everything that was in the books. Although Helen's sponsors in London and Philadelphia worked to have the textbooks written in raised print for Helen to read, the books did not come on time. The principal and the German teacher learned to fingerspell so that Miss Sullivan could take a break. Principal Gilman took over the responsibility to teach Helen English literature for the remaining part of the year. Helen had to spend 2 years at Gilman's school. She faced a lot of difficulties that often left her frustrated. She had to study mathematics without the needed tools. As classes were larger, it was not possible for teachers to give her special instructions. Annie Sullivan had to read all the books to her. Helen had to wait in order to buy a braille writer so that she could do her algebra, geometry, and physics. When the embossed books came, Helen insisted that she was overworked and needed a break. He insisted that she was overworked. Now, when the embossed books came, Helen began to find the study interesting. Now, Mr. Gilman often thought that Helen was overworked and needed a break. He insisted that she was overworked and that she should remain there 3 years longer. He made changes in her studies. Mr. Gilman and Miss Sullivan differed. Seeing this, Helen's mother withdrew her daughters, Helen and Mildred, from the Cambridge school. Helen went on to continue her studies under a tutor. Helen found it easier to study with a tutor. When Helen took her exam in June 1899, she faced many difficulties. The Radcliffe administration did not realize her difficulties at taking examinations, but Helen, with her grit and determination, overcame all barriers. Just after her 19th birthday, Helen took the entrance exam for Radcliffe College. She became the first blind deaf college student. She had thought of college romantically, that she would have time to reflect and think about her subjects. She felt it to be too mechanical and gave no time for imagination and reflection. She had to use her hands to listen rather than take down notes. She could not pick up with the speed at which the lectures took place. She found it very difficult to understand and remember everything that was taught. Miss Keller and Miss Sullivan worked hard at Radcliffe College. Miss Sullivan attended all classes with her and helped with reading. Radcliffe College had no special arrangement for deaf or blind students at that time. Although she enjoyed college life, Helen felt it to be just following the same routine every day. Schedules of the students were too hectic and gave no time to sit and think. She felt that education should be like taking a walk in the country, leisurely, and minds must remain open to be left thinking about multiple shades of impressions. So here I come to the end of the summary, and I hope students you try to understand and you understood it very well. So if you have subscribed to my channel, well and good. If you haven't, I suggest you to subscribe to my channel so that we meet again and again and you will be getting more and more in the time to come. Thank you.